Hey everyone, welcome to Review Sesh. If you've been here before, I really do appreciate you coming back to visit me. And if you haven't been here before, give me just a moment. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. My name's Mike, and what I do is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. It doesn't really matter whether it's a consumable product of any kind or whether it's a functional device of any type. We're going to be looking at all of that stuff on this channel. I do really hope you enjoy the content that I'm making for you. So guys, if you've been watching for any amount of time, you know that my favorite thing to do on this channel is my flower reviews. I love reviewing flower. I love taking great microscope shots. And today we're going to be reviewing more flower. We're going to be looking at something coming from Diesel Dispensary. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and I want to pass it on to the previous me. And he's going to go ahead and reiterate to you guys what it is that we do here on this channel. And he might even be able to educate you a little bit about what THCa is. And after we're done with that, we're going to hop right into the review. So I hope you enjoy what I've got coming for you. Alright guys, so as you know, what I do here on my channel is I review federally legal hemp products and devices. And a lot of these products have THCa in the name. And if you guys still aren't familiar with what THCa is, you're unsure about it, give me just a moment and I'm going to explain a little bit of that to you. THCa stands for tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, and it is the naturally occurring compound found on all hemp plants all over the world. It grows naturally on all hemp plants. And in and of itself, guys, it's not psychoactive. You wouldn't get any elevated effects if you go out and you eat a hemp plant or something like that. It doesn't work like that. It first has to undergo a process called decarboxylation. And decarboxylation, guys, I know it sounds like a fancy chemistry word, and that's because it is. But really all it means, all it stands for, is the application of heat. So it doesn't really matter whether it's environmental heat, like the heat of the sun, it's just a hot day outside, or, we apply some artificial heat, like we are known to do, like a little bit of flame, maybe an electronic heat source, like what I like to use, that decarboxylates that THCA molecule, and it effectively just drops that A right off the end of that molecule chain, and it leaves you with good old-fashioned THC. So guys, THCA minus A equals THC. And for all intents and purposes, since we're still putting this under the same processes everybody else has always put it under, you know, really, realistically speaking, guys, THCA is the THC that your fathers, your grandfathers, and everybody that's ever come before have always been speaking about. They've always been speaking about the naturally occurring compound on the plant. And it's just recently that we've had some confusing terminology and it's muddied things up a little bit, but I hope this has clarified things for you. And it's really important to go over this because since 2018 in the Federal Farm Bill, we have these things available to us without any worries whatsoever. Totally legal. We can get this stuff through the mail. We don't have to worry about going out and meeting people at odd times of night and putting ourselves at inconvenience at the very least and risk at the most. You know what I mean? So when you guys get your stuff in the mail, you're going to be getting one of these. This is a very generic copy. I use this specific copy every time that I explain this. And, it's a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. And it just declares what is in the package. And it states that, what is in this package is federally compliant, 2018 Farm Bill compliant hemp. All right, guys? Very important to hold on to these. For the foreseeable future, there's no point in getting rid of these. They stack flat. You don't have to worry about, them taking up a lot of space. So just hold on to these things, guys. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get into the review. All right, guys, so with that out of the way, we're going to be checking out something really special from Diesel Dispensary. We're going to be checking out one called Monkey Business. And, guys, Diesel Dispensary, when you get your packs, like most other places, they send a notice to law enforcement and the Postal Service. Except for Diesel Dispensary, it's a little bit different. This is theirs. Really nice thick card stock. So they're going to send that with your package, as well as a card scanned for COAs. So very, very nice. That's a step up from most vendors. Most vendors just send a printout. That's different. So we're going to open up Monkey Business. This is, I believe it's a cross of Gorilla Glue number 4 and a very interesting strain called Fornicator. It is double perforated, which I prefer, especially if there's holes in the bag. Double perforation really does help get through it. We're going to crack it open. Oh my goodness. That is very, very loud. It's been a while since I've had Gorilla Glue, guys, but this has Gorilla Glue all over it on the smell. Really, really, really nice smell. Really nice. And here are the nugs, guys. These are beautiful nugs. Gorgeous. They do appear to be hand trimmed, or at the very least, very softly machine trimmed, but I swear it looks like it's hand trimmed. Density is very dense, very dense. We got some stick, and of course, I'm dropping it. Ugh. You know, I drop more uh, when I'm making these videos than any other time when I'm handling this flower, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot here, take a cut here, and we're gonna get some shots of this. And really excited to get this under the microscope. And then we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna try it out, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the strains, the lineage that this comes from. Very, very interesting history behind this, and it is fairly rare. This is a true exotic, a true rare strain, at least according to Allbud. And we'll be getting into that and figuring out what makes it so rare. Um, so hang tight, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back, and I've got some great shots of this monkey business from Diesel Dispensary. This is a very impressive flower, guys. This is very, very dense in the trichomes. Very the glands are very large, and due to that, they a lot of them have kind of joined forces, if you get what I'm saying. But still, the further that I break into this flower, I eventually got to some really, really beautiful, beautiful trichome heads. The density is something else, and the tackiness, I'm guessing coming from the Gorilla Glue side, is incredible. Just breaking this up on the fingers, it is very, very sticky. Um, and it's actually having some, I can feel it sticking to my grinder a little bit too as I'm grinding. Um, very, very nice. Very heavy on the Gorilla Glue. You know, that is something that I recognize from it. I have not had the other uh, parent strain, the other side of this cross before, and that is for good reason, and we'll go over that here shortly. We're going to be giving this a try, see if we got any keef here, and it is holding on to most of its keef, guys, which is a good thing, I think, for this particular flower, being Gorilla Glue based. I think I want it to hold on to most of its keef. I don't want it to let go of any of that. So we will probably not be having any keef shots with the pictures y'all are seeing. But we're going to go ahead and try one with the microdose bowl. And we are probably going to use the original thermal twist with this microdose bowl. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the original thermal twist works just fine with this microdose bowl. And we're using the November piece from last year's November box, from the weed box. See that right there? The underside just fits right on top of there. Mm. Yep, that's the glue. That's what I remember. Very good. And it is covered in trichomes and keef. You can see what I'm getting. from this microdose bowl. Got three nice solid pulls. Probably could have gotten another one there, to be quite honest. Very tasty. I'm gonna go ahead and pack up my shovel head. I'm only gonna give that about a half a pack, guys. You guys have seen me hit this one hit wonder. And when you're using the diffuser side, it really does. It hits like a truck. And I'm not gonna take the chance of coughing my head off and spitting up and stuff like that on camera with you guys. So we're just gonna hit a half a ball on that. But before we do that, I want to go over, try to find something out about the strain, try to learn a little bit about it. And coming from Diesel Dispensary, this is a first cut exclusive. It's hybrid indica dominant, and it's about a 70-30 is what we're looking at, which that jives with the all bud indica dominant 70-30. And this was grown in organic living soil. It's potted. It's not a raised bed. These were grown in pots in organic living soil. Terpene profile, as listed on Diesel Dispensary, is nutty, skunky, with minty and gassy undertones. So far, so good. I've only had the little microdose now, but so far so good. That's pretty much what it is at first taste. Quality here is super exotic, and it is frosty. It's crazy frosty. I mean, you guys have seen the photos. You can see the density of the resin glands. Um, Very interesting cut. This most likely will not be coming back to Diesel Dispensary, and it is a rare cross of Gorilla Glue number 4 and Fornicator. Now, we all know what Gorilla Glue number 4 is. Gorilla Glue number 4, or Original Glue, was crossed through crossing Kim's Sister, Sour Dove, and Chocolate Diesel. All right, and very Kimmy, chocolate, diesel, piney sort of a thing. Um, I've always gotten a lot of Kimmy, um, earthy gas from Gorilla Glue, personally. And Gorilla Glue, that's a fairly common strain. There are over, I want to say, over 700 crosses out there that are crossed with Gorilla Glue. Um, if you're interested in how I found that out, you just go to seedfinder.eu and you scroll down a little bit on whatever strain you're looking at, and it actually tells you the parentage. How many crosses are out there that have this in it, and it's over 700, guys. So there's a lot of Gorilla Glue in there. And as you might guess, with over 700 crosses out there, the Gorilla Glue is not what makes this strain so rare. What makes this strain so rare is a strain called Fornicator. Now, Fornicator was bred by a breeder called Fancy Weed, and it is a cross of Obama Kush and selected F1 cookies and cream male. Very frosty stuff. Very, very interesting. But what is most interesting with this is that there are only count them, 8 direct descendants for Fornicator. Not over 700. There are only 8. And Monkey Business is one of those 8. So that being the case, as listed on Allbud, this actually is a very rare exotic strain. And it's one of the things, guys, that I've mentioned to you before is when I am looking at something and something claims to be exotic, a lot of places post exotic on their tiers, on their whatever they're working with. They got exotics, right? As I look at a lot of them, if I actually check out those strains and I actually do my research and check out the lineage, what you come to find out is a lot of times it's not so exotic. But so what I like to see is that when I look something up and All Bud states Monkey Business is a rare indica dominant hybrid strain. It says rare right there. And then I go to Seed Finder, and then I'm like, only 8 other strains have this crossed into it, or have a fornicator crossed into it. I know I got something that is actually rare. Um, a lot of vendors overuse rarity and exotic, and they use it interchangeably more as an indicator of quality rather than actual scarcity or rarity. And I It's kind of a mistake. There's some vendors in particular, Diesel Dispensary being one of them, that make it their point, make it their business to, if they say it's exotic, if it's rare, it is. So I'll put that out there for you guys. That's very, very nice to see that. If you guys are interested, I'm gonna go ahead and list off, since there's only 7 others, I'll go ahead and list off the other strains that have fornicator in them. Maybe you guys have had one of these rare strains and don't even know it. So we've got Black Label, Creme de la Creme, Donnie Darko, Hot Cookies, Satin Sheets, Strawberry Snow Cone, and one other, which I'm not going to say. But that one also that one's by Slanted Farms Seed Company. Very interesting cross, by the way. But yeah, really, really extremely rare. Um, so yeah, let's get back to actually looking at the flower. Now, the effects on this, as listed on all bud, are calming, hungry, relaxing, sleepy, uplifting. That's everything you would expect from an indica dominant. 70-30 is fairly heavy leaning indica dominant. Standard THC contents between 26 and 30%. May relieve depression, fatigue, insomnia, nausea, stress. Yeah, if it's going to calm you down, relax you, make you sleepy, going to help with some of that. Flavors, as listed here: citrus, fruity, skunky, sour, spicy. Aromas being citrus, earthy, flowery, fruity, pungent, and skunky. On my first taste, before I taste this, I'll let you know what my small taste I got from that. I got skunky, sour, spicy, with some earthy gas. Really good earthy gas. Slightly chemi, like you're tasting glue almost. Um, it's what I remember of Gorilla Glue. And I was having Gorilla Glue years and years and years ago. When it first started hitting and showing up, I was I was tasting it, and this is Gorilla Glue forward. Um, Very, very good. And we're gonna be running this with the one hit wonder now, the fusion side. Mm, yes, that's what it is. Oh yeah, that's got a lot of funk, funky, skunky, that earthy, chemi gas. It hits you, and it's sticking on the palate. It's like it's stuck on my palate. Mm. There's gonna slightly floral on the exhale, but not overpoweringly so. It's really, really nice. And it is different than Gorilla Glue, that larger hit. It is different than Gorilla Glue. The Fornicator does have something going for it that is definitely differentiating this from other Gorilla Glue crosses that I've had in the past. Very, very good. I mean, wow. And it's hitting me pretty hard too. Very, it's hitting me really hard. Hmm. I'm enjoying this. This is very nice. And it is something that, like I say, it is rare. It is something that is special, and I really like the fact that I'm able to enjoy something special. You know, um, I don't think there's gonna be anybody that if I live pretty rurally, but where I used to live, I used to have a lot of people visiting all the time, and I don't think anybody that I know has ever tried this. Um, so if I were still living in my other area, I would be sharing this with everybody. I would be like, "Hey, taste this. This is something different. This is something really special." And I can tell. I can't tell. It's very potent. Very, very potent for sure. It's ooh, no, that's what that flowery thing that at the end was. That was a little bit of mint, I think. It was a bit minty. Yeah, that's what that is. Mm. Mm. Very tasty. Very tasty. Pardon me. It's got that gas on it. It does get you. It does expand in the chest. So if you guys are the type that you're after that sort of thing, it's got that gas on it. It does expand for you. Um, I am vaping, so might get a little bit more expansion, less expansion. I don't know. Been a while since I've smoked a blunt with the buddies or that sort of thing. Really, really, really gorgeous flower and sticky, sticky, very sticky. You can you can really tell, you know, that I mean I barely have to press my finger into that, and it just wants to hang on. Um, really nice flower. Beautiful nugs. Beautiful. So guys, I hope you've been enjoying my changes that I've been making to my set and all of that. I do have some more coming. I'm going to be completing the green room aesthetic. I'm going to be um, putting a couple of more green screens in here. I'm going to be doing the best I can to really isolate myself from, uh, my bedroom. Basically, I'm not going to lie, this is my bedroom and office. I do all of my work from here. Um, but I'd like to try to, make it not be so obvious. You know what I mean? Uh, I am stuck here most of the day. No, I'm not really stuck. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my work, and I enjoy, communicating with people online and interacting. I do still get out, take a walk every day, that sort of thing. But I like to try to change things up in my room on a regular occasion. It helps me feel like I'm staying accomplished. It helps me, you know, not feel so stagnant. So, as I leave you guys today, I want you to, it's the new year. We're just into the new year. May as well make some changes, move some stuff around. Maybe change the feng shui of your room a little bit, of your atmosphere. For myself, it helps a whole lot. And I think that what I've been doing thus far has been actually improving um, my mood, quite honestly. It gives me a lot to focus on. I'm constantly trying to adjust things in here. I'm constantly trying to make things better for you guys. But in doing so, it's also given me something to focus on and something to feel accomplished about. And that's very important. So, it, it's one of those things that I try to really go and do every couple of weeks. I try to look around my room. I say, what can I do to improve my environment? What can I do to make myself feel more comfortable? And you guys are probably going to see that quite often throughout my channel. So I apologize if you get used to one setup and suddenly things change. But yeah, it's how I keep things fresh. So I hope that's all right with you guys. And I think we're going to be running the one hit wonder with the injector side now. Mm, yeah, that's the glue all the way through, but it's got that mint on the back end. Lots of that chemi, earthy gas. So tasty. And I'm pretty well lifted right now. I mean, it's really potent, really potent. I would not recommend doing what I'm doing right there, guys. I am sometimes careless. That was the one. That was the one, guys. I think I'll put that down if I know what's good for me. Uh, Take me a little break. Very potent, very potent, very tasty. I just keep wanting to hit it because it tastes so good. Um, but anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my little review of this monkey business from Diesel Dispensary. If you haven't tried them, they are worth trying. They do have some very impressive flower. One of my favorite vendors, to be quite honest. If you like Diesel Dispensary, if you know, you know. If you don't, then you're missing out. Um, but till I see you next time, guys, I want you guys to, take care of yourselves primarily, take care of your loved ones, and always go out every day. Well, maybe not go out. You guys might be experiencing some snow and some storming right now. But even if you can't go out, wake up every day with the intention to find something to amuse yourself with. You'll find sometimes that in amusing yourself, you can really find what you really want to do in your life. Um, I'll be honest, guys, this content creation stuff, it started out just as an amusement, just as a hobby for me. But it's something that I found a passion for, and it's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Um, it's a calling, really, I feel. And I'm going to continue doing it. So if you guys have something that amuses you, maybe you can find a way to let it develop into a passion and a calling. And maybe you too can find something that you can, you know, do for the rest of your life that you can benefit from. Um, if not financially, then at least emotionally, as I am doing right now. So thank you guys all for being here. And until I see you next time, I want you guys to stay lifted and I want you to stay blessed. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.